In the last video, I talked about the 7-Figure Contractor Success Path, which is literally the roadmap to take your business to $7 million. And in this video, we're gonna talk about those who have hit the $1 million mark and are ready to scale. And just in case you don't know, that's $10 million a year in sales. And we literally have a roadmap on how to take you from 0 to $1 million, and then $1 million to $10 million a year. And I wanna show you how to do that. Let's go. This is our 8-Figure Contractor Success Path. If you're already doing $1 million a year, you're gonna notice that you're probably struggling to keep up with all the demands of your construction business. And this is literally the roadmap on once you're doing $1 million or a few $1 million, we gotta scale it up. We gotta start building systems and processes for your business. In the 7-Figure Path, which I talked about it in a separate video, which it's over here, I shared with you building our foundations, then we build our lead system, then we build our estimating system, then our closing system, and then our construction management system. And now in the 8-Figure Contractor, we're gonna grab those systems that we created and we wanna scale it up. Let's start at phase 1, scaling the field team. What is the most time-consuming part of any contractor's day or their life? It's the field. The field will literally suck your soul away. Phone calls, text messages, issues, emergencies, material orders that didn't get there, having to hurry up and meet the schedule. So now we got to grab more people and we got to supervise them and all that crazy stuff, right? And so the first person that we need to hire, now that we're doing at least $1 million, we have the capital, is a general superintendent. So a general superintendent, his job is going to be to run the entire field, okay? 100% of the field, where you literally never have to go there. One of my clients from Arizona, he runs a residential plumbing business where he does home developments. He does only home developments, and he is a majority 50% partner, right? And then he has 2 minority partners, 25%. One guy is the responsible for the field, so he's his general superintendent, and the other guy, his job is to recruit and train new plumbers. Okay, so he focuses all his time on estimating, on running the office, on management, on sales, project management, the money, the cash flow, all that stuff. Therefore, he's able to sell 100% of his time, do estimating, get more leads, basically do the revenue producing activities, which you as a business owner should be doing. That should be your sole focus. You shouldn't be running the field. So a general superintendent, you're gonna wanna get a veteran of 10 to 20 years, somebody that knows how to run the field without you. Do not get a younger guy, do not promote a guy from within, do not do any of that stuff. Unless one of your guys from within are capable of running the entire operation, don't do that. This is important, that this is somebody that will just fully take that load off you, because if you think about it, if you break it down, 90% of your time is dedicated to the field. So we don't wanna waste our time there. We want to focus on the revenue producing activities. And then now we got to scale up our crews. So if you remember, in the 7-Figure Path, in the foundation, one of the things that we did was set up our future independent contractor crews, right? Now we're going to scale that up. So now what we're also going to do is we're going to get several of every trade that we're doing. And at this point, since you're doing a lot of work, you have consistent work. Sometimes it's beneficial for you to have your own dedicated employees for some trades. Like for example, when I was in framing and drywall, we needed our own framers to frame, because sometimes we had like complicated soffits and headers and things like that. You can't really outsource that. It's very hard because you're not in control of who's doing the work. Also, if you want to scale up, now we need to have a bigger Rolodex of more people to call on, because when you're doing several million, you're gonna have a lot of jobs going on at the same time. You're gonna need somebody to be, a crew over here, a crew over here, a crew over here. So your little small 3 or 4 man crew that you did in the 7-Figure Path, it's not gonna work anymore. You need a bigger path. Once we have that set up, phase 2 is all about scaling and automating your sales, right? By the way, what I'm sharing with you, I've never shared publicly. This is something that's only inside of my 8-Figure Contractor program. So I want you to know that this is the way, this is the path. So I want you to know that like all this stuff, nobody's talking about this, and only the biggest and the most successful construction companies are doing this, and you're getting it right to the comfort of your phone. All right, so scaling your sales, what does that have to do? We've created the system in the 7-Figure Path, right? But now we gotta set up our CRM, because now we're preparing the way to deal with a bigger volume, getting more leads. We're going to be following up more. There's going to be more activity. So we need to prepare the way. We need to set up a CRM. Then we need to set up our bid coordinator, right? We need a bid coordinator. So one of the services that we started offering was, we can do this for you. So we're actually getting commercial leads for our clients. We're the bid coordinator. I have a dedicated team that what they do is their whole job is research the GCs in your area, call them up, get on their bid list, fill out the pre-qualification paperwork, follow up, et cetera, et cetera. So that's their job, to get on a bunch of bid lists a month. That's all they're doing. And then we're getting opportunity. A bid coordinator, you're gonna wanna hire one or outsource this. You wanna have built, the goal here in this phase is to have built the system to get on 20 new bid lists a month, because if you do that consistently, you're gonna get on almost every bid list in your entire city after a few months, and you're gonna start getting all the jobs in your entire city. And now you can start cherry picking which jobs you want. Okay, this is what I call the unlimited lead system on steroids, okay? And you also want this bid coordinator to follow up on all your projects. Every job you submitted a proposal for, you need to be consistently following up. But if you notice, if you watch my 7-figure contractor video, you're gonna see that when you're bidding only 5 jobs a month, that's not that hard to do. You can sit there one afternoon and call everybody, boom, 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 boom. But if you are bidding 30, 40, 50 jobs a month, you're never gonna have time for that. So now, if you think about it, by month number 6, if you're bidding 30 jobs, you're at 180 jobs to follow up on. Granted, some of them are gonna overlap, but still, that's a lot of jobs to call. So you want a dedicated person or even a dedicated team that their job is gonna be to call and follow up on these jobs, okay? Very important. All right, now before we get into scaling or estimating, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments below. Let me know how much you're doing in revenue, what you think of this. If you're already doing this, or if you have any suggestions, go ahead and put it in the comments below. All right, phase 3, scale and automate your estimating. Now, one of the things that holds back almost every contractor is they don't have a way to scale up their bids. They're busy running the jobs, they're busy doing a lot of things, and estimating becomes a thing that they do whenever they have time. So you don't want to do that. You want to consistently bid. We need to bump that up to a minimum of 20 jobs per month. That will be where you're submitting enough volume to make a dent. What happens a lot of times is people don't send enough bids out, and we're in a numbers game. So the more you bid, the more you're going to win. So if you're bidding 5 jobs a month, you're going to win, 10 to 20% of those bids. If you're bidding 60 jobs a month, you're still going to win 10 to 20% of those bids, but we're dealing with a higher volume. Okay. And you need a team to do this. So either A, you can hire 1 or 2 estimators. Typically estimators are between $80,000 to $120,000 a year, plus payroll tax, workers' comp, insurance, vacation days, software subscription, which everybody's on a subscription now, or you can just outsource your estimating. So one of the things for a lot of my clients, they're like, I don't have time to estimate. I don't have time to build a crew or an estimating team. I don't have time to build a database of prices and all that. So I don't have time for that. So I don't have time to write a proposal. So a lot of them are just outsourcing them to us because we are an estimating firm. That's our core bread and butter. That's what we do every single day. We do estimating for GCs, for subs, for developers, for architects, for construction managers, owners reps, for all these people, and we can do your bids. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'm gonna put a link over here, and I'm also gonna put it in the description below if you're interested in that. Now, almost last but not least, next is building our construction management team. So up to this point, we've talked about our sales processes. We've talked about scaling up the field. We talked about getting more leads. Now we're gonna talk about the construction management team. There's gonna be a point that you don't have time to run your jobs. Even if you do have a guy in the field, you're gonna be, as a project manager, you probably realistically can only run 5 to 6 jobs effectively at a one time before you start missing things. You missed the purchase order, you forget to place the material order, you haven't had time to do the material list, there's change orders that are waiting for you, your payment applications haven't been submitted, right? When you start getting to that point, then you need to hire a project manager. Here is the exception where you can hire an assistant, because typically a project manager role is something that you're dealing with a contract, change orders, like you're dealing with computer stuff, right? If you hire a younger guy, computer savvy, maybe or maybe not, they went to construction management school, you could train this. You could train how to do a contract. You could train how to write a change order. There's a process, and that's what we do. I train my clients and I train their team on how to do all this stuff. All that stuff that we talk about over here in the 7-figure contractor path, right? All this stuff here, now we're executing, have all the videos and training for all that. And so now we can build a team, an office team, right? And another person that's important for the office team is your office manager or your bookkeeper. You can literally assign somebody that their job is to handle the money, handle the payroll, handle the payroll tickets, the shipping tickets, handle the payment applications, the QuickBooks, super important. And last but not least is we're gonna expand your empire. So if you notice up to this point, we're usually working within our city. There's gonna be a point where you're gonna wanna scale up, right? We've built our systems, we have our team, we're scaling up, we're getting more jobs, right? But there's gonna be a point now that for every few jobs, now we need another superintendent, right? Maybe not a general, we can start building a company structure. The general superintendent oversees the jobs, but oversees the superintendents. And each superintendent runs his own job. As you grow, you're gonna start needing to add staff. Then you're gonna need to add project managers. Every 4 or 5 jobs, now you need a new project manager. And then every couple more jobs, now you need maybe an assistant that can help those project managers. That way you can start scaling up. That's one of the things that we do, that we help out inside of our program. And then as you scale up, you're gonna kind of hit up every contractor and every potential client in your area, and then you need to scale. You need to scale outward. So for example, I'm in Miami. I would start needing to scale outward, starting to go to the west coast of Florida, maybe central Florida, more up the east coast, right? So I have to start scaling up. Houston, San Antonio, Austin, things like that, scaling out, right? If you're in California, California is just, it's a big area, so there's so much potential there. You know what I mean? So my point is that if you were to follow this, you follow this process, and you follow the 7-figure system, and then you follow the 8-figure system, you're gonna take your company to $1 million and then $10 million, and sky's the limit. We got into business because we wanna build a team, and we wanna build a legacy, something that we're proud of, right? Something that we're making a lot of money. We have our team, something that maybe some of you guys might even wanna leave your business to your family in the future. So that's what we're building here, and that's what I'm offering here. So that's why I'm super passionate about this stuff, because nobody, absolutely nobody is teaching this stuff. If you're interested, it's not a sales pitch, but if you're interested and you wanna learn more about our 8-Figure Contractor Academy, I'm gonna put a link over here, also in the description. At the time of this recording, there's a 14-day trial. You can cancel anytime. And we also have our estimating service and our lead service that we can also add on to that. So if you're interested, go ahead and click the link below. There's gonna be a link to join our program. Or if you're interested in maybe more one-on-one estimating or consulting, there's also gonna be a link to create a meeting with me and my team to see how we can help you and get you the best thing for your scenario. Now, in the next video, I made this video called Be a Construction Entrepreneur, Not a Contractor. And if you're here, it's because you're a construction entrepreneur. So I wanna share with you a few strategies and tips on how to leave being a contractor, right? And become a construction businessman, a construction entrepreneur, because we gotta shift our thinking, because that's how you're gonna be able to do any of this. You can't think like a worker, you gotta think like an entrepreneur. So go ahead and watch this video over here, and I'm here to help you grow your construction business. Let's go. And like and subscribe, like and subscribe.